Hey y'all, what's up y'all? What's going on? What's the deal? I hope you are having an absolutely wonderful Monday. It is your girl Sean. It has been a long time, but your girl, I'm back. I'm back. Listen, can I just be honest with you? Like, can I be real honest with you about what had happened and what goes on? Y'all, it is hard to be a social media influencer in any kind of way whatsoever. Just being flat out honest with you. It gets rough. People are mean. And it's wear and tear. Like y'all always want content, y'all always want stuff, and your girl's over here like trying to make it happen, trying to make it work. Okay. Let's see. Y'all come on in here, say hey, what's up? Let me know that you're here. It's been a long time. Y'all say, hey, what's going on? Listen, I am live on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. We are going to do some live Q&A. Listen, I think what I'm going to do, being very honest with you, is I am going to do a live Q&A every day, right? Every day. Hey, Practical and Prissy. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Carly. All right, so we're going live. If you're not familiar with me in any kind of way, right? My name is Sean Taylor. I go by the name of Sean, the homeschool guru, and I tend to go live and answer homeschooling questions that you may have, right? So your girl is here. I am here to answer your questions. We are wrapping up our school year. My senior, y'all, my senior graduates on Thursday. I'm so excited. I am so excited. My senior graduates on Thursday. Let's see, library could show up on the stream on this example. But yeah, my senior graduates on Thursday. My senior graduates on Thursday. I am stressed. I'm excited. I'm anxious. I am nervous, but y'all, I will be graduating my first homeschooler this year, and I'm excited about it, y'all. Listen, I ain't gonna lie though, I'm stressed. I'm stressed. All right. So let's see. Someone asked, how does your family feel about your career? What career, child? Or is this TikTok being silly? This TikTok. Hey, y'all. It's a bunch going on. I'm going to start homeschooling. Bullying has been very bad for my oldest. So a lot of people do start homeschooling based off of bullying. Bullying wasn't necessarily an issue for us in our family, but I completely get it. Um, your goal as a homeschooler, or you know what, forget that. Your goal as a mom or as a parent is to protect your child, right? To lead and guide and direct them. And if your child is in a space where they're not safe, where they're being harmed, anything to that effect, then that's not going to work, right? Like that's not something that you want to be involved with, have your kids involved in. So if you are in a space where you are homeschooling or you are at your child is at school and they're being bullied, I 100% commend you for choosing to homeschool for the safety of your child, right? Y'all come on in here, say hey, what's up, and let me know that you're here. Yeah, I completely commend you. Hey, Kiki, thank you so much for joining me. Somebody said my opinions on Muslims, not quite sure why that is in my comments. Hey, Loretta, my opinions on Muslims are that they are people just like me. I don't have an opinion. Live your life. Do what you do, right? Like, I don't have that opinion. I'm not listening. TikTok is going ham, y'all. So I am live on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. And TikTok is in the comments, acting a fool, really. I don't have any opinion as far as that's concerned on Muslims. Live your life, believe what you believe. Who am I to judge? My job is to love anyone, right? Thank you. It's been heavy on my mind. Yeah, I would say if your child is in a space where they are not safe, where they are not protected, and in this junction in the school year, parents and teachers and admins are exhausted and they are tired. And unfortunately, some things are slipping through the cracks. I'm gonna be very honest with you. If my child was getting bullied, I don't know if necessarily homeschooling would be my first option or any option. That wouldn't necessarily be an option for me right off the bat. And the reason why is because I would go fight for mine. Like I would be up at that school every day, talking to the principal, talking to the teachers, doing whatever it is that I need to do to make sure that things happen the way that they're supposed to happen. But if your child, again, our job as parents, right? Of course, we're supposed to lead, guide, and direct them, right? We're supposed to do that. But our job as parents, it's to protect our babies, right? And so if your child is going to school every day and not feeling safe and not feeling secure and not feeling like they can do what they come to school to do, that's a problem. That's a problem. So then we have to have a different conversation, like what's going on around here? What are we doing and how are we solving this problem? And then if the problem is not getting fixed, then absolutely, I would definitely remove them, right? Let's see. How do you homeschool when you feel terrible? Sarah, great question. I don't. Honest to God, I do not. There have been plenty of times, plenty of moments where I have not felt well, been sick. Right now, our family is kind of going through it, and our family, not just our immediate family, but spread out. So like our siblings and their household, they're going through a major crisis, and it's kind of course, because we're all family, we're siblings, it has filtered over to us as well. And I'm exhausted and I'm worn and I'm tired. And so there are days, to be very honest with you, where my kids only do math and reading and Spanish. And the reason why is because math, they go through a program which is teaching textbooks. And I'm going to talk about teaching textbooks soon. Teaching Textbooks is an official sponsor of the HVC 2022, which is my conference, my virtual conference that's coming up. Their official sponsor. They are giving away two, goodness, I'm trying to spit it out. I'm trying to, two enrollments. That's what I'm trying to say. They're giving away two enrollments as part of the conference. Their program is amazing. I'm going to walk y'all through it. I'm going to go in and let you see what my kids do, all that stuff. But that's a side note, okay? But they do teaching textbooks because I don't have to do anything. It literally teaches everything, and then they do their assignment. It assigns whatever assignment they have. They do reading because they can just read to me and I'm good, or we can listen to an audiobook. They do Spanish because somebody else comes on the screen and teaches it, right? So there are days when I don't feel like doing anything, or I'm not capable of doing anything. So I take that day off, to be honest with you. Hey, Jazzy girl. I'm excited too. It's a lot going on. And they did nothing to help him. Yeah, Cosmic, again, it is your responsibility as a parent to protect your child, period, right? And so if the school is not doing what you feel needs to be done to keep your child safe, then do what you got to do. And when I say do what you got to do, that in this instance, the do what you got to do is pull them out of school. That's what you choose to do. But it is always our responsibility to protect and love and make sure our child is okay. And how dare us, and I'm saying this not for you, but I'm saying how dare us know that a child is not feeling safe at school and we still continue to send them there. Because I'm going to be honest with you, even back in the day, it's like bullying has it's gone up a level, right? So it wasn't like, oh, name calling. It wasn't like, maybe a little push or shove here and y'all about to fight. Like, it's not that. It's become worse, right? It's getting more and more dangerous. And so again, it is absolutely okay. And it's a blessing for you to be able to protect your child. So feel great about that. Feel great about the fact that you're doing what is best for your child. Hey, Stacy. Jazzy says, I'm ready to get my ticket. I'm there, girl. I appreciate it. So listen, every June, the very first weekend of June, that Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I do a virtual conference. And it's called the Taylormade Homeschooling Virtual Conference. And the basis of this conference, more than anything, is for you to find your tailor-made fit, right? For you to find the fit for you, right? To find that custom fit. And so I put together a conference every year to do that. And this year, I just announced it yesterday. The dates for it are the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th. And so if you're interested, you can go on Instagram. There's a button there. But also what you can do is do taylormadehomeschooling.com. Taylor, my last name, Taylor, made, like MADE, homeschooling.com. Do all that. And then once you do that, there's some information on what's to come, what you need to do to get started. Right now, we're just kind of in the announcement stage of it, but definitely if that's something you're interested in, I would definitely join. Okay. What I will tell y'all though, okay, so it's so amazing. Okay. So official sponsors, I have teaching textbooks will be official sponsors. They're giving away 2 enrollments. So full year of math, whatever grade, they're giving 2 of those. Homeschool Spanish Academy. They are official sponsors. They are giving away, I believe it's either 2 or 3 like free classes. I think it's a set of classes though. It's not like just 1 or 2. And then let's see, the other official sponsor, help me, Lord Jesus, y'all might have to look it up. Let's see. Y'all, and I have so much going on. I'm sorry, I should know this by now. Let's see. So Homeschools. Oh, I know this and I love it, love it, love it. Okay. The other official sponsor is Homeschool Manager. Okay. And if you've ever heard me talk about it, you've seen me walk through it. Basically, it's a digital planning software that does all the grading, the transcript, the reading list, all that stuff for you. She is giving away, she's giving away a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Homeschool Manager has stepped up their game big time. Like, they are, if I remember correctly, they're not just giving away an enrollment for their particular program, but they're also giving a discount for anybody who wants to. Like, if you click the link, bro, you get a discount on the membership, and the membership is like $60 a year, and I think it's like $5 or $10 off. Homeschool Manager has stepped up their game. Okay, let me get caught up on these comments. Let's see. Hey Stacy. Hey Jamila. Hey Isaac. That happened to us. What happened, Isaac? I was there last year. The gems I gained were incredible. You will not regret joining the conference. There you go, right? Like, seriously, every homeschooling parent needs to be there. Thank you so much for that, Jazzy. I appreciate you. So again, my conference is coming up January 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And it is a virtual conference. The beauty about this conference, and this is not to talk about the conference. I really want to do live and Q&A, but because it's being mentioned and because I'm saying it, I'm going to tell you what's going on. The beauty about this conference is it is virtual, so you don't have to leave your house. All of the sessions are recorded, so you can listen to them whenever you get an opportunity to listen to them, and you have access to them for an entire year. So it's not like you have to listen to them for the entire, during the conference. So that's a good thing. The most important part about this conference that sets it apart from any other homeschooling virtual conference is the fact that I have live panel discussions. So every day of the conference, that Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, so the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, I do live panel discussions with the speakers. And so we'll come live at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time and 9 p.m. Central Standard Time every single day of the conference to have a live panel discussion about those taboo topics, whether it's socialization, working at homeschooling, marriage and homeschooling, special needs homeschooling, whatever it is. We'll pick a topic and we will actually do a live panel during the conference. And so that's just the amazing part about that. So just putting that out there. Okay. Again, I will put it in the comments if you're interested. What I would suggest that you do in the meantime right now is go to the website hold on, y'all. Go to the website and there's, let's see, Taylormade homeschooling.com. Go to the website and there is a link that you can go to the website and there's a box that you can check to be the first to know. And as soon as those early bird tickets go on sale, you will have access to everything, right? Once it goes on sale, you'll get the ticket, and then that day, the second, you'll have access to everything. Okay. Let's see. Jazzy says, sorry, I keep bringing it up, the conference. I'm just so excited. Last year was awesome. It made such an impression on me and helped me and my kids so much. That's great, Jazzy. Listen, you don't have to apologize. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So do me a favor. Again, if you're interested or you have questions, just go ahead and look at that website. Again, it's Taylormade homeschooling.com. I just put it on there. Hola. And I'm on TikTok on my cell phone. I'm on everything else on my big computer, my desktop. Hold on one second. So let me go through your comments. Okay, so there's a good question. It says, I tend to deal with mom guilt due to chronic illness. Can I be very honest and transparent with you in this moment? I think in homeschooling, there's always a little bit of mom guilt, right? Because we want to do the best for our child, right? We want to give them every opportunity we have to give them. And so there's always a little bit of mom guilt. I want you to, in that space, Remember that you are doing the absolute best that you can do, and that even if you choose not to school today, right, you may choose to do school the next day or a Saturday or a Sunday to make up for that. Your child is going to be okay. So be encouraged. The mom guilt is a beast, y'all. We can't let it hit us like that. Like, we can't let it beat us up like that. Just being very honest with you. And we all experience it. Shoot, I experience it, right? My daughter, again, is graduating on Thursday. Okay. My daughter graduates on Thursday, and my mom guilt right now is because the actual where she was in dual enrollment, they had graduation, and I was like, at first I was like, oh, I don't want her to participate in it, da, da, da. And then I saw them graduate, and I was like, oh shoot, did I rob her of that experience? And so I started feeling guilty about it, but she didn't want it. She didn't want it, so that worked out. Okay. Let's see. Jed says, I already marked my calendar to get my early bird ticket. Yes. And if you are a part of the Guru Click, so if you're on my mailing list, if you are in my Facebook group, you get access before anybody else. So just so you know, so everybody else will get access on the 29th. On the 28th, everybody else, you guys will get access. We do too. Isaac, what are you saying, child? Isaac, what you talking about? Thank you so much, Stephanie. Mom guilt. Let's see. Kiki Wilson says, mom guilt is a part of the journey. We just have to remind ourselves that we have to remind ourselves that all is well. You are absolutely correct. Mom guilt is 100% a part of this journey, right? And I think it's a part of any journey. So not just homeschooling, but in general, right? Am I making the right decision? Are my kids better off than I was? Am I doing what I'm supposed to do? Is there something else I need to be doing? All of that stuff, right? Like it's a part of this journey. Get you some mom friends, some homeschooling friends that can say to you, you got this, girl, right? Like, join a group like my Homeschooling with Sean group in Facebook that can encourage you. I mean, even in my collective, there are days that we get in the collective and I'm like, y'all, today sucked. Like, I'm failing. And the girls are like, girl, you got this. You good. You got this. Okay, Isaac. Thank y'all so much for joining. You're welcome. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Hey, hey, hey. All right, so we are live, and I'm going to try to go live every day this week, okay? I'm going to try my best to go live every day this week, but your girl is busy. I'm not going to lie. With the graduation, with the family stuff that's going on, my head is spinning. There's a bunch going on. There's a bunch going on. Oh, you appreciate Jazzy talking about the conference. Okay. Yeah, Jazzy was there. Jazzy had a great experience. So I told you all about the official sponsors, right? I told you all about teaching textbooks, Homeschool Manager, and Homeschool Spanish that will be each giving away something for their as an official sponsor. But what I didn't tell you is the giveaways, y'all. So this year, y'all, we have Amazon gift cards, we have Target gift cards, we have Walmart gift cards. We have Starbucks gift cards. There's 6 of them. I'm trying to remember them all. Let's see. Amazon, Target. Oh, Bath and Body Works. And then it's one more, y'all. Target, Amazon, Starbucks, Walmart, Bath and Body Works. And it's one more, y'all. It's one more. Hold on. And all this information that I'm giving you, you can go on the website and look at it. Let's see. Starbucks, DoorDash. That's what it is. The 6th one is DoorDash. So we have DoorDash for you to have a date night with your spouse. I think that's amazing. One of the speakers is sponsoring that. I think that's absolutely amazing. Let's see. Stephanie says, are you having your own graduation? Yes. So we will be having our own graduation. Basically, the way that it's going to go is it's going to be simple. So it's going to be all of our family, our friends, close friends, people that have influenced my child in any kind of way. Should I say, I should change that. Positively influenced my child in any way. And what we're going to do is we've rented an event space. She's going to walk down. Her dad is going to do somewhat of a little speech. He will give her diploma. I think I showed you guys her diploma. Oh, it's put away. It's packed up so I don't forget it. But her diploma, you know what? Her dad will issue her diploma. And then we will do like a thing where I will put her in the middle, and us as family and friends will circle around her and pray for her, and all that good stuff. And then we'll have dinner as a family. We're going to have dinner. And then when we do dinner, my husband's going to play some music. If people want to kind of cut a step, dance, do whatever they can do that. But it's going to be really nice. So she has her cap and gown, and here's her diploma, right? So it's an official diploma. It's not pretend. And let me see. I'm putting it for TikTok so you can see first. Okay. All right. So it's an actual diploma. Okay. Let me put it up here for you guys to see. And of course, the green screen. Come on. Help me, Lord. I'm sorry, Facebook, y'all. Let me see if I can get it up here. Nope. Be nice. There you go. A little bit. Let's see. Okay. Anyway, it's a diploma. There it goes a little bit. It's the whole diploma. So it's a real diploma. So she has her real diploma. She has her cap and gown. She actually was able to make honors in her dual enrollment course. So she's got her honor stole that she will be wearing. All that good stuff. So it will be a graduation, but it will be just her. So I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm anxious. Your girl, I ain't gonna lie, spent a nice little chunk of change on it because I wanted to make it a big deal for her. It was an accomplishment, and I wanted to make it a big deal, and I wanted people to celebrate my baby. So, all right, thank y'all so much for the congratulations. Okay. Hey, Nakanda, y'all, listen. If you are not following this person, her comments are here on the screen. Nakanda and Frank. She is another homeschooling coach that is absolutely amazing. Doula, all that good stuff. Hey, girl. You too. Oh, hey. It's been a while. It's been a while. Wow. Let's see. That's going to be awesome. Yeah, I'm excited. So we have all of our family and friends coming, our siblings, cousins, all of that good stuff coming. And we're going to, again, she's going to walk. The place that it is it's a museum, but she's going to walk down the stairs in her cap and gown. So she's actually going to do the walk. And then there's going to be it's going to be us right in front. And like I said, her dad is going to speak a little bit maybe on why we homeschool, because we're the only ones in our family that homeschool, why we decided to do it. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to pray. Y'all pray now, send positive vibes, do whatever you got to do to make sure my husband doesn't talk like a super long speech. We ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for that. We're going to do that. And then he's going to actually do present her with the thing, and we have to sign it. So I think it's the administrator on the left, and then whatever is on the right, I will sign one place. He will sign as the administrator. And then he'll present it to her. And we'll enjoy some dinner. We've got some dinner planned for everybody. And then we'll just kind of enjoy. People can take pictures. People can do whatever they want to do, whatever the case may be. Short little ceremony with dinner included. I'm thinking no more than 3 hours total. But again, that's because we'll be sitting there eating dinner, enjoying each other's company. It's going to be a graduation / like party-ish type situation. So I'm thinking it'll be great. I'm excited. I'm not going to lie. I'm tired. Hey, cousin Tam, thank you so much. I'm exhausted, but I think it'll be great. Jamila says, I'm becoming overwhelmed by the fact my child is becoming super antisocial. We're new in this area, so it's hard to link with other homeschool families, and I work from home. So I think, Jamila, what you're going to have to do when kids are antisocial, speaking of my daughter who is 18 and she is 100% antisocial, I tried to make sure that I put her into things that she was involved, that she was excited about, that she was interested in. I never stopped trying, even though nothing worked, being very honest with you. I never stopped trying. Hey, babe, there's this going on. The teens are meeting at the local outside mall. They're really not doing it. They're just going to drink some coffee and talk and chill after Bible study. And so let's go talk. Let's go see what that's about. So what I would say, hey, cousin, what I would say is it's important in that space to not give up and to continue to try. It was frustrating for me. I'm not going to lie to you, especially with my boys. My boys are simple, right? So they like sports. They're good. They're all in sports. I can take them. I can be like, hey, our local city group, literally like 2 minutes before, hey, our local city homeschool group are going up to a restaurant and they're going to do games. Do y'all want to go? And they'll be like, yeah, let's go. And I'll ask my daughter that. And she's like, no, thank you. So I would say never stop trying, try to get things that she's interested in. One of the things that helped my daughter with the whole anti-socialism thing was that we got, she has a job now. She's working at a local, not fast food-ish restaurant. And that has helped that a little bit. But I mean, never stop trying, Jamila. Never stop trying. Never stop trying. Excuse me. Oh, thank you so much. Kiki says, my oldest will start ninth grade this year. I need to start planning his graduation now. You're so funny. I mean, you can choose whatever you want to do. Now, based off of the state of Texas, and I'm not sure where you are, Kiki, and if you told me, I'm sorry, I forgot, child. Based off of that, we are kind of considered a private school. And so since we are considered a private school, then it's easier for me to plan and do whatever it is that I want to do. But I don't know. Now, I know that there are programs like Abeka. Y'all know how I feel about Abeka. Anyway, there are programs like Abeka that that do graduations for their students based off of what program that they choose. And so, I mean, you have different options as far as that's concerned. I even, as far as me, I put out a post in the local Dallas groups, and it got some flack. And I put out a post in the local Dallas group saying, if you have a high schooler graduating, you're interested. But the part that was controversial was that I specifically said that it was for Black North Texas homeschoolers. And so then, of course, people got in their feelings and called it racist and all that kind of stuff. And I had to come and say, like, yes, it does say Black North Texas homeschoolers, but everybody's invited. And so that was an issue in itself. People got frustrated. But what I have to try to explain to people more than anything else, it is important to see people who are doing what you're doing that look just like you. And I didn't really realize how important it was until I was having a conversation with Deuce, my 15-year-old. And he was talking to another homeschooling family, a younger boy, a couple years younger, but he was talking to another homeschooling family, and they bonded over the stuff that his mom does that I do, right? And so even though they have other connections with other homeschooling families, there are certain things that we do as Black homeschoolers or as a Black family that other families do not do because they're cultural, right? And so I don't want to go too much into detail with that, but the fact of the matter is everybody tries to say that we're the same. We're all one race. We're created the same. We bleed the same. No, they all want to do that. But the fact of the matter is, period, point blank, okay, being very honest and transparent with you. There are things as a Black mother that I would never allow my child to do that you would allow your child to do, period. Okay. And it's just cultural. It's just, we don't do that here. Like when they were doing in Wakanda, when they were talking about Black Panther, he was like, we don't do that here. Like, yeah, we don't, there are certain things that we were raised that were either inappropriate, or certain things that are not acceptable, or certain ways that you respond to people. There are certain things that we do based off of being raised in a Black household. And so it was good for my boys to connect with somebody who could say, oh, I thought I was the only one, because the other counterparts that they were hanging with weren't doing those things. So they thought mom was tripping, not knowing that it was actually a cultural thing, right? Okay. So, and that's with me now going, hey, is that dad? Okay, please. Thank you. Mace, you need to get in the shower. Did you? What have you been doing this whole time? Mason, go eat your dinner and then you need to get in the shower. Y'all, he be trying me when I'm on live. Hey girl, where I been? Hiding. Your girl been hiding. I was stressed, being honest with you. See, Kiki says, I was in Texas. I'm in Mississippi now. Oh, okay. Mississippi is very similar to Texas. Very similar. Very similar. Jamila says, amen. And I listen, I'm not the one to have race talk about any of that, but what I'm going to say to you is, um, listen, I don't have that type of conversation because people are not ready for me to have that conversation on my platform. But what I will say to you is that it is hard out here for homeschoolers of color. And unfortunately, people don't make it easy for us, is what I'll say. And that's probably the kindest, the nicest, the most sweetest way that I can say it without going into detail. Okay. And see, I'm not crazy. Jamila talking about amen. And Stephanie talking about I agree. Let's see. That's a wonderful, yeah, with her graduating. But yeah, so that's what's going on. But listen, it's live Q&A, y'all. And listen, I'm going to try. And I know I keep saying it, but your girl is tired. Your girl is worn out. But I'm going to try to go live every single day this week. This is Monday. Y'all hold me to it. If you don't see me live, tag me in a post and say, where you at, girl? So I can show my behind, right? So I can pop up, whatever the case may be. But this is live Q&A. So you're more than welcome to ask whatever questions that you need to ask. Come this week. This is, listen, let me whisper because my kids don't watch my live. Okay. Come this week. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all? I'm gonna whisper here and then I'm gonna whisper there. Come this week. This is probably gonna be our last week of the year. Don't tell my kids. Don't tell my kids. Okay. I'm tired. We normally finish at the end of May, like the last week of May, and then we're done and we're off for June and a little bit of July. But y'all, your girl's tired. So we're probably gonna be done this week. When my daughter graduates, we're probably gonna be like, ta-da, end of the school year, we're done. um, so we'll do that. And then if you're unfamiliar with how we do things in our house, we will take off June and mid-July. All the way through that period, they'll pretty much get to do whatever they want to do. The only thing that I will probably have them consistently do is continue to read. But they are free to do whatever during that period of time. And then we'll start back up probably the third or fourth week of July and get to rolling and get to going. Okay. And then our new year will start. Okay. I don't know. I can't even tell you what time. That's the problem. Y'all set your notifications because I can't even tell you what time that I'm going live. Every time, like today, I try to go live twice today. I try to go live around lunchtime and I try to go live around 5 o'clock. And I just could not. There was just too much going on. And so I don't know. Set your notifications. I'm going to go live. Y'all write your questions down because I'm going to be here to ask or to answer any questions that you may have pertaining to homeschooling. And also, if you haven't been on my page, check my Facebook page because the editable template for the transcript and the report card, they're both on sale right now. So if you're needing to do a report card for the end of the year or a transcript for the end of the year, they are both on sale for you to be able to use or access that. Hey, Stacy girl, did I say that already? My daughter's starting ninth grade this year. Can you speak a little on the process of dual enrollment? I live north of Dallas. Okay, so Stacy, I can speak a little bit on the process of dual enrollment. I can speak on my process, but there are several different options that you can take as far as that's concerned. What you could do if you don't necessarily want to do dual enrollment, we talked about CLEP test, right? CLEP test. And basically what you can do is have them study for this test, and then they go to the testing website and take the test. And based off of whether they pass that test or not, they get credit. So they get credit for that course. So they don't have to take the actual, like say for instance, you're doing, let's just say biology. So they'll do instead of doing a full year or full semester of biology, they'll take that course and get the credit for it. Let me see if I can find the books that we use. Hold on. Now listen, if y'all see something, I'm in my around the house clothes, so don't talk noise, okay? Don't talk noise about me, okay? Okay. So one of the things that we did in the process was we did college CLEP things. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie, we started studying and working on that stuff, and then my daughter was like, "Nah, I'm good. I don't want to do it." But this right here, hopefully it'll show it. Nope, cause life. Let's see. Why are you being that way, camera? Let me see if I can get it to. Mm-mm. And it's, there it goes. Okay, college CLEP composition. Okay, so this is one of the books. I have several of these books along with the ACT test. And then there's some different courses and stuff that they can take. But they basically study this book, right? They go through, they study, they take the pre-test. When they're done, they take the test again to see if they can pass it. Then they go take the actual test. And when they pass it, they get college credit for that course. So you could do it that way. Now, we've done it that way. And I honestly believe that that is what we're going to do for my 15-year-old. I think that's going to work better for him. Um, or you can do the dual enrollment thing. And basically, you said you live north of Dallas. So I'm just going to say you're going to be a part of the Dallas County Community College. That system, they need to do an overhaul, period. Like the whole process, who to contact, what you need to do is a mess. Like it's a mess. And somebody said, well, Sean, since you already went through it, maybe you can contact them and tell them, you need clear steps on what to do. But child, I'm not, listen, they need to get it together. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, but basically what happened with my daughter was she had to take a test. Was it the TSI? She took the TSI. Oh, you're in the colony. Okay, so you wouldn't be in Dallas County. She had to take the TSI, and she had to pass the math and pass the ELA in order to not to be able to take certain courses. And then they send her a list of courses that she can take. And if these courses are courses that she needs in her transcript, she can take it for free. But if it's a course that she doesn't need on her transcript, then we would have to pay for it. Okay. So say for instance, she took the college composition, right? So not the CLEP, but just the course. If she didn't need that college composition credit, then I would have had to pay for it. But because she needed that course as a part of her transcript, I didn't have to pay for it. And there were several options. She could go on campus or she could go online. She had one class on campus and two classes online. She actually preferred the in-person course over the online course because it was more personable, which is funny because I told y'all she's antisocial. But she actually liked that one better. She took psychology, she took creative writing, and she took something else. There's a third one she took. I think it was a different psychology class. And so all of those worked out for her in her favor. What I would say to you is on top of that, there is a book as well. Let me see if I can see it from here. It's Homeschooling for College Credit is what it's called. I don't see it from here. Oh, yes, I do. Hold on. Let me grab this book. Okay. I always recommend this book here. I'm going to show it to you first, TikTok. Okay. Homeschooling for College Credit. I got this off of Amazon. I bought multiple copies and I have given away multiple copies. This right here gives you the option on what will work, like different information on what may work best for you. So it may be an option where CLEP may be better. Let me see if I can get it to work. It's blue, so it's not going to work. I don't think. Let's turn it that way. There you go. Homeschooling for College Credit. Okay. Let's see if I can slide it up a little bit. This is a great resource if you are trying to do any type of college credit type stuff. It talks about the dual enrollment. It talks about the difference, but the different types, the different options. It talks about the CLEP test, all that stuff. So I would start here first, Stacey, if I were you. This is where I would start. And I would determine what method you want to choose and then go that route. And here's the thing about that too is, say for instance, you choose not to, like my daughter was like, nah. At first she was like, yeah, I'm going to do the CLEP test. And then she was like, no, I'd rather do dual enrollment. It's okay. Like, it's okay. You have the option to do either or. Let me know if that answered your question. Hey, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I am live on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and somewhere else. Did I name all four? I think I did. But y'all are welcome to ask any questions that you may have. Let me see if I can make sure I'm on Instagram. And Instagram, I can't see your comments. I just thought about that. On here, it doesn't let me see your comments. So I can't see that. If you're commenting, I'm sorry. You're welcome. You're welcome. But this is a great resource. And you guys, and honestly, here's my thought too. So my youngest, Mason, is going into middle school next year, right? So he's doing middle school. My thought, there's two thoughts that I'm thinking of. My thought is to either have him start earning college credit via the CLEP test, or have him start studying and doing the ACT and PSAT stuff as well. Now that's what I'm considering as far as that's concerned. But he'll be in sixth grade. He'll be in junior high as far as that's concerned. But he is a little advanced, right? So that's something that he may be able to handle. It just may be in pieces. So instead of me doing a normal ELA course like doing Shirley English or something like that, I may take this book like this, right, and break it into bite-sized pieces for him to do that and see if that's something that he would be able to do. All right. But you have different options. Check those resources out. They're a blessing. And then, you know what? Here's the thing with that one, too. He is advanced, but he tends to get very overwhelmed when you start pushing him more than he wants to, even if you know that he can do it. He starts making he starts having some little issues with that. So it may be, I mean, we may work on this entire book if I choose, or if this is the path that we go. We may work on this book for an entire year and then have him take it at the end of the year and see if he can pass it. But this definitely, you could, I mean, this CLEP test, let's see if there's an introduction. Or not an introduction, a table of contents. So it talks about conventions of standard written English, the revision skills, ability to use your source material, rhetorical analysis, preparing your essays, all that stuff. So it's got that information in there. So I could even, again, it may take some time to break this down, but this is definitely something that you could use for younger grades. Okay. What curriculum would you suggest for elementary? Somebody said Abeka. Y'all don't know me that well if you said Abeka. But you know what? Real talk, being very honest with you, if your child is learning how to read those early stages in their education, Abeka actually is really good when it comes to that. The reading program, spelling, phonics, all that stuff is really good. Being very truthful and honest with you. It's when they get older, it's just a bunch of busy work. It's just a bunch of unnecessary stuff. I would say, as far as curriculum, I can't necessarily say what exactly would be a good curriculum. It's all based on what your child needs and what you're trying to teach your child. So, say for instance, I'm not a traditional homeschooler, so I'm not a homeschooler that lines up traditionally with the traditional school system, is what I'm saying. And so, if I got Abeka, then for us, when we did get Abeka, let me just be honest with you. When we did use Abeka, we used pieces of Abeka instead of the entire curriculum, because the entire curriculum didn't line up with how we ran our homeschool or what we wanted our children to learn. And so it all depends on what you're trying to do. Abeka, for the younger ages, it's a detailed program. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sit here and bullcrap around with you. The issue for me when it comes to Abeka is once it starts getting to that junior high school level, it starts getting busy, like busy work, unnecessary. And then when you get to high school, it gets real busy. I have never liked their history. You will never get me to say I like their history. The history is, sorry, don't care. Listen, if you don't like it, slide. Like, I don't know what to say. It's not good. The history's not good. And so you could do that. There are tons of different ones if you're looking for free. Abeka can be expensive. I'm not going to say it can be expensive. Abeka is flat out expensive, and it is not friendly to families who are on a smaller income, to be very honest with you. But it depends on what you do. What I would say is, as far as box curriculums, people talk about box curriculums all the time. Box curriculums are not the best in my opinion. And when I say box curriculum, basically you get the entire curriculum in a box. So you get the math, the science, the history, the ELA all in one box from one company. Those are not good for me. And as I've learned over the years, and the reason why is because we all know that we are not created the same. If we've been homeschooling at any amount of time, we know that kids excel in one area, but then they may not in the other. And so, for instance, like my kids can do math and science. Two of them can do math and science like no issues. But when it comes to ELA, it's a struggle for them. So they're on a lower level. My other one is great at ELA and science, but when it comes to math, their level of math has dropped down like a lower level. And so, because of that, if you get a box curriculum and try to have your child do everything in that box curriculum, knowing that they may be higher in math but lower in science, is going to make science more difficult for them to understand. And so that's why I say no to the box curriculums. I truthfully and have always pieced together my kids' curriculum. Even when I wrote the stuff that I wrote, I've always written their history curriculum because I don't like it. I don't like the store bought curriculum. It's full of false narratives, and I don't like it. But like the math, I've always got it from one place. Science, I've already always got it from a different place. ELA, I got it from another place. History, I created. Our Bible studies, I had a few that I've tried, but I've always gotten it from another place or created it on my own. And then Spanish, I get it from someone else. So I would suggest just be mindful of that. Most curriculums are great in one specific area and then not so good in the other area. Like it's just, I don't know. I don't, it's, I would suggest doing it that way, honestly. Let's see, Jamila says, not at all. My middle and high school used Abeka. Yeah, y'all know how I feel about Abeka. And when it comes to middle school, it starts getting real busy. And then when it gets to high school, it's a bunch of busy work. Like, let me just explain this to you. My daughter, who was doing Abeka's ELA program, who excels in writing, like she does really well in that. When she tested the TSI test for the dual enrollment, she tested advanced in that particular course. She was doing a 30 to 45-minute video, and then there would be classroom, like an assignment that she would have to do in the classroom while she was watching the video. That would take maybe 15 to 20 minutes, and then she would have homework on top of that, and that homework would be 45 to 50 minutes. Like, it was unnecessary. It was absolutely unnecessary. It was just not working in her best interest or in her best favor. And what I began to do when we were using it was I pretty much told her, like, okay, we're not doing this. Like, if it would say you're going to do exercises A through F, I would say no, do every other one. Or I would say, what did you do in the class? Show me your work in the class. And if she understood it in the class and she passed it and did what she was supposed to do in the class, then I would not make her do the homework assignment. So that's how I worked with Abeka. Hey, Hester. Yeah, I've been busy. I missed y'all too. I'm always looking for history curriculum I can deal with. Yeah, history is one of those things that is rough. I'm going to be very honest with you. I have yet to find a curriculum that I enjoy, that I like. And here's the thing. And again, this might be an issue. If you don't like it, slide. I don't know what to tell you. The history tends to be a false narrative. Like it's one extreme to the other for me. Like it's a false narrative, and they're trying to make things look great, like making statements that Harriet was a happy slave, like comments like that. I got a problem with that. Okay. Making comments like that. So it goes from that to stuff like saying Columbus still discovered the United States when he didn't. You can't discover something where people are already there and like living their life. That's a whole nother thing. So it goes from that extreme to the next extreme where there are African American or black or and I'm saying this, but there are, and y'all gonna get mad at me. Don't get mad, but it is what it is. They are extreme. Like they are super anti everything else. Like it's like on one hand, you saying that Harriet was a happy slave, so now we got a problem because I know darn well Harriet wasn't no happy slave. Okay, and then on the other end, You have us that are creating curriculum and we beating up everybody and we talking noise and talking trash about everybody. I don't cut for that. I just give me the facts. Like, give me all of it, right? I want the good, the bad, the ugly, the nasty. I want to hear the whole entire truth and the story to that. And it makes it rough. I'm not going to lie to you. It makes it extremely rough to teach my kids history because I want them to know the good, bad, and the ugly. I want them to know that story. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't make it cute. Don't do all that. Folks was acting a fool for the sake of taking over other people's property, land. Don't let's talk about that. Like, let's be honest. I found that history books have a lot of one-sided perspective, too much glorification of the wrong things, people, or whitewash. Yep. Hey, Kareen, that's a good thing. Sarah says, I found that on Discovery K-12 history. Yeah, like when I read that, and I'm not even going to tell you where I read that, but when I read that, when it said that Harriet was a happy slave, like she was a child, but she was a happy child. She was a slave, but she was a happy child. I was like, are you, how? She was a happy, well-rounded child. How about traumatized? How about scared for her life? Tisha, no, I did not see your question. Re-ask it. I didn't see it at all. Kiki says, we use biography books from the Library for History. Urban Intellectuals have great flashcards that we love. Yes, Urban Intellectuals is good. They have the flashcards. Black 365 has a calendar. They are really well. They do really well as far as that's concerned. So those are definitely options. Yep, for sure. And even still, for us, I don't want to, yes, I want them to know Black history, but I don't want them to actually know Black history only. Like, I want them to know, like, okay, so here's the thing. My husband a couple of months ago took me to San Francisco. Y'all saw that. Y'all, the history that's in San Francisco and the Asian American community, the Asian community that built all of this, like built the railroad, all that stuff. That's the type of stuff I want my kids to know, right? Like, I'm sitting here on Facebook looking at comments and people are talking about, we built this America, and y'all know who it is. We built this America, and if you're not proud to be here, you should go back where you came from. And then I'm looking at the history books, and I'm like, the Asian community contributed so much to what America is right now, and we sit there and ignore it like they don't exist. Like, teach me all of it. I want to know why in San Francisco that is so popular and that is so big. I had no idea. So now that's something on our list to start studying and doing, because I want to know that. I never knew that before. I never knew that. I did not know that. And I want to teach my kids that. No, Tisha, please ask your question again. I did not see it. I'm sorry. Hey, bot. Sarah says, I do love those flashcards. Yeah, those are good. I want a world history that I don't have to revise. Exactly. And I feel like everything that I'm using, I have to revise, and I don't like that. What are your thoughts on O Freedom? O Freedom seemed, when I looked at it in the very beginning when she first had it, the issue that I had with it more than anything else. So I paid for her curriculum, but then I also had to pay for a bunch of books, and the books were not that cheap. It also seemed very extensive for my kids at that age, but it may work now. It's been a couple of years since I've looked at that. It may work now, but back when I originally looked at it, it was an issue for me. Those things were issues for me. That's exactly why I put it together myself, telling my kids the truth, the whole truth. Exactly, all of it. Hey, Tiara. Tiara says, homeschooling is a struggle for me. My kids not learning. They are doing K-12. Need help. You're doing like Discovery K-12 or you're doing K-12? Which one are you doing, Tiara? Hey, Tiana. Hey, girl. Hey. Haven't seen you in a while. Kareen says, OMG, my daughter read about Harriet being a happy child and she was exactly. So you know what I'm talking about. Why are you putting that in there saying that that Harriet was a happy child and she's a slave fearing for her life? Like, who wrote that and who approved that? Come on, y'all. Like, that's like saying somebody who was physically abused by their mom or their dad every single day was a happy child. No, she was traumatized. Like, what? She was scared for her life. What do you mean? What are we doing? Teacher says, I just completed my first year of homeschooling my seventh grader. I am already stressing about preparing him appropriately for high school. What primary changes should I be aware of? Recommendations. Teacher, what do you mean by primary changes? What are you asking me when you say that? I think my question was missed as well. I apologize. Please ask it again. The comments do move fast for me. I apologize. Please ask it again. So she's doing K-12. Your kids are doing K-12 online school. So K-12 is actually the traditional school, basically the traditional school system. It is public school at home. So I can understand why that's not working. Um, what is it that you're trying to accomplish? I know you're trying to educate your kids, right? I know that you're trying to make sure that they have whatever it is that they need, but what is it that you're trying to do? Like it was a in the beginning when we homeschooled, um, I was trying to replicate the traditional school system, and I successfully did that and made everyone miserable. Being very honest with you. And so I'm asking you, what is your goal? Because depending upon what you're doing, I mean, homeschooling, basically anything can be a lesson. What is your goal? What is it that you're trying to do, Tiara? Reading, writing, and spelling. So just the basics. You just want to do the basics. I would look into a different curriculum. You're saying you're doing K-12, which is basically public school at home. I can imagine that's not working for you. Depending upon the age of your kids, when they're younger, they can do more workbook-ish type stuff. You can do things like Time for Learning. That is an online curriculum, and then you could do IXL. People will say that IXL is a curriculum. It is, in fact, not a curriculum. IXL is a digital worksheet. So basically, you still have to teach all the information. You still have to do the lesson, but IXL is the supplement to that. It is the worksheet. And so you could use that as supplemental help as far as that's concerned. But there are so many different options when it comes to homeschooling your child and what you choose to do. You could, my favorite workbooks are always going to be Brain Quest. Brain Quest is absolutely amazing from pre-K all the way up to sixth grade. You could take a Brain Quest book and create an entire curriculum based off of those workbooks. And what I mean by that is, and I might still have some of ours. I do. Y'all, I'm pulling out all my books. Hold on, let me grab you Brain Quest real quick. So this was the last book that my kids did on Brain Quest, and they did sixth grade. It only goes up to sixth grade. I wish it went higher, but it only goes to sixth grade. They typically look like this, but they are in different colors. Let me show it to TikTok first, okay? And then let me show it here, okay? Come on, work thing. There you go. Okay. They typically look like this. And what you can do to make this into a curriculum, say for instance, you don't necessarily want to or can't afford to buy a big old box curriculum or anything like that, but this is perfect. Okay. This one is about $13 and maybe a little bit more because of you know what times, because everything has gone up. But what you do is you can go in, okay. Child, if we can use this book, I don't see no writing in it. Lord have mercy, Jesus. I should give this away to somebody. Did we use this one? We may not even use this one. Wow. Okay. I might end up giving this away because I don't think we use this at all. But okay, say for instance, okay, let's do this. It has all the subjects, right? So in this one for the sixth grade, ages 11 to 12, it has spelling and vocabulary, language arts, reading and writing, math skills and word problems, multiplication and division, ratios and proportions, geometry and measurements, statistics and probability, algebraic thinking, social studies and science. So it's got all of this in this one book, okay? And what I would do and what I have done is, so say for instance, right now, let me find a lesson that we can, okay, like right now in this particular lesson, this lesson is called metaphor and meaning, right? So it's got a whole section on metaphor and meaning. And the lesson says, one side says, look it up. Okay. So you're going to go in the dictionary and look up your words, right? And then after you look up your words, you have to come up with You have to come up with a synonym for that word. And so off of this, just right here, this one lesson, I would go online and find other worksheets or YouTube videos or something like that to go along with this lesson. And that would be their lesson for the day. And so this is a good place to start, to being very honest with you. So like say for instance, they're talking about triangles. Triangles or rectangles, right? Talking about the area and all that stuff. Okay. So I would find a YouTube video. I would spend some one-on-one time teaching them, what's going on. And then they would have a worksheet to go with this. And I would find more worksheets online or something like that to go along with this lesson. And so that's how you would break those down. You could take something as simple. These are the books, the workbooks that I swear by, period. Like I know that there are other workbooks out there, but the Brain Quest books are amazing. They're absolutely amazing. They're challenging. There's a bunch of information in them, and you can use them at any time, right? Like it's just so much going on. And so what you could do is create your entire curriculum off of this, okay? And so instead of buying, say for instance, you've saved a bunch of money because instead of buying an actual curriculum, you are solely only buying this Brain Quest book, right? And then you're going online to find videos and other worksheets to go along with the lesson plan that they already have in this book. Okay? Let me know if that makes sense. Bear with me, guys, over there on the desktop. I'll be there in a second. Let me go through these comments real quick. Love that exclamation for iExcel. Yeah, iExcel is a great supplemental, but it's a worksheet. It is not a curriculum, period. And people say it all the time. People are like, what curriculum should I use? What about iExcel? And the very first thing I say is iExcel is not a curriculum. Stop saying it. It's not. It is literally a digital worksheet. So you still have to teach a lesson. You still have to teach them how to add 5 + 3, but then you go to iExcel to, get the lesson, imprinted. I have not checked out River of Voices. I will do that. Can you do me a favor and send me a message? And I will look into that. I definitely will get a sample lesson and look at that. Yes, I make weekly packets for my kids using Brain Quest and comprehensive curriculum workbooks. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. We use a very similar approach. Yep. That made sense, Tiara. Okay, great. And Tiara, listen, my plan is to continue to go live. Ask the questions. Okay, guys, ask the questions. I try to do my best to be responsive to you guys in the comments and in my DMs. But first of all, TikTok is insane. I get so many messages from TikTok. But please send the messages and I'll do my best to answer your questions. Like I legit want to help you in these homeschool streets. Okay. Back to you guys up here on this desktop. Let's see. In reference to required courses. Oh, okay. So Tisha's asking, let's go back to her other question. I just completed my first year of homeschooling my 7th grader. I am already stressing about preparing him appropriately for high school. What primary changes should I be aware of? And so then I asked her what she was speaking of specifically. And she said, in reference to required courses, studies, transcripts, etc., requirements for college. Tisha, what I would say is go to your state. What I did for my kids is I went to the state to see what was required as far as credits are concerned, or to graduate my child, and then I worked backwards. Okay, and so my daughter's end goal originally was to be an animator, and so we worked backwards through her high school year to get to that end game. You can do report cards. You can do all of that stuff online. I just actually put my report card in my digital, my transcript. So basically you can edit those and do those. You can do those online. But what I would say to you is start to plan backwards. And you've got time. If he's in 7th grade, unless you're going to start doing CLEP tests or he's going to start earning college credits now, you've got time to kind of prepare for that. So start planning backwards. The goal is for him to do what? Is it to go to college? Is it to graduate and be done? Is it to work? Is it go to trade school? What is the goal for him to do? Once you guys come up with that goal as a whole, then you plan backwards. Okay. So by your senior year, you should be here. By your junior year, you should be here. By your sophomore year, you should be here. By your 9th grade year, you should be here. One of the biggest tips I can give you as a homeschooler that is homeschooling a high schooler is don't wait until senior year to put everything in the transcript. I always suggest that you take at least 2 times a year to go through the transcript and the report card and fill it out. So what I would do is come like December, I would, well, that's not true. I did mine 3 times a year. In the beginning of the school year, I put the courses that they were taking, okay, volunteer hours, all that stuff that they had planned on doing. In December, I put the grades and all that stuff in and started putting in the stuff for the next semester. Then at the end of the school year, I'd put that information. I did that for every single year, because what happens is life gets busy and you forget all of the many things that you do to make this homeschooling thing work. So don't wait until senior year to start making those notations. Make them immediately, okay? Let me know if that helped answer your question, Tisha. Have you found it beneficial to utilize a formal curriculum for 8th to 12th? No. No. But our homeschool plan is not to run our homeschool in line with the traditional school system. So that would not be helpful for us. But if that's your goal, then yeah, absolutely. Okay. Hello. What about Time for Learning? Time for Learning is a good program. It's all on the computer, but it can be kind of frustrating for the kids. You will have to follow up with your kids. You will have to do whatever it is that you need to do to make that happen, right? Because they're kids. They will get distracted. They will play on the computer. They will pretend to do their work. So you'll have to follow up with them. But Time for Learning is a really good program. I'm going on 3rd year homeschooling, but still feel like a newbie. Yeah, and it changes. Here's the thing. I'm going to be very honest with you. It takes a minute for you to get your wings, to find your footing when it comes to homeschooling. But the biggest and the best part about homeschooling is, and it's a double, it's like positive, but it is a negative. Sometimes things that work one day won't work the second, like it won't work the next minute. And so that will cause you to feel like you're a newbie. What I would suggest, and I'm being very honest with you, I'm not gonna, this is a promotion, right? But a promotion in the right way, okay? I have a virtual conference that is coming in June. If you go into my Instagram, you go into my Facebook, all of that good stuff. I have a virtual conference that's coming June 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and it basically centers on helping families find their tailor-made fit, their custom fit for homeschooling. And a lot of that is you finding or getting the information that you need to make it better. And so, yes, I'm advertising the conference, but in the same token, it's because I know for a fact that it's going to help you. Okay. How do you start homeschooling? So as far as homeschooling, you would need to, there's a few steps. There's a video on YouTube that I have done, and it says it's 5 things. So click that link on there, and it's 5 things you need to do. Or you can go to my website, which is SeanTheHomeschoolGuru.com, and it's 5 things you need to do to start homeschooling. And basically, it'll give you step by step what you need to do, how to get started, all that good stuff. Okay. And if you message me, I will send that to you just in case you're unable to locate it. You're welcome. Ooh, Sarah says, I found out I needed to decolonize my idea of education, then relearn what education means to us. Exactly. It is 100% important for you to find your custom fit for homeschooling. 100%. What works for me may not work for you. What I do in my position as Sean the Homeschool Guru is present you the options and the information and the knowledge that I know, and then it's up to you to pick or choose or try out whatever works for you, period. Okay. I'm not going to tell you, the only thing that I will 100% say is I've got the formula for you to be successful in homeschooling. And that formula is finding your custom fit, period. But you're not going to catch me saying, oh, this curriculum is going to solve all your problems. Oh, this is going to do all that. You'll never catch me saying that particular situation, but you will catch me saying, here's the formula to being successful in homeschooling. The formula is finding what works for you personally. And this is how you find those things. You ask the questions, you dig, you come to the conferences, you do all that stuff. You go into the groups and ask questions. You ask what works and what doesn't work. And so that's the only thing that I will 100% tell you that I can give you, right? I can give you that pathway. Like I can say, I can do this, blah, here's everything. And then you have to do like this. This is meat, want that, want that, want that, that's a bone, don't want that. Want that, that's meat, that's a bone. Want that? Don't want that. That's what you're going to have to do. Okay. All right. Let's see. Jamila said thumbs up. And see, Brain Quest is, yes, Brain Quest. The books are on Amazon. I get mine at Barnes and Nobles. I have gotten mine at Half Price Books, and they have been unused. I'm not gonna lie to you. My husband is on here. He just walked into the house. But this particular book, I don't think we used it all. So I might end up giving this away in the conference. We didn't use it at all. Like my son didn't write in it. I wonder if there's another one. I can't imagine that we didn't use that book at all. Yes, it is on Amazon. That is correct. All the Brain Quest books, and they go from pre-K all the way up to 6th grade. They also have card games, like a little memory game, all kind of stuff. Okay. Thank you so much for helping her out, Kiki. I appreciate it. Okay, yes, that helped. But can you clarify plan backwards? Sure. So when I say plan backwards, you want to make sure that you guys know the goal. Okay. So the goal right now is to graduate high school, or the goal is to go into this trade. Or the goal is to go to college, right? So that's the end goal. And then you say, what is it going to take for me to get to that end goal? And then you plan it backwards. So say, for instance, your child wants to go to a four-year college, university, whatever the case may be. Here in Texas, I'll just use Texas, you have to have a minimum of 22 credits, okay? So my plan backwards for me would be they need 22 credits. How many credits do they need in each subject? Okay, they need this many credits in English, this many credits in science, this many credits in math, and I would start planning those credits backwards. So hard math, less hard, the easiest in freshman year, and all that good stuff. Okay, so let me know if that made sense a little bit better. Even with trade school, say for instance your child wanted to do something or go into a trade school, or even wanted to be a I don't know, let's say a doctor, right? There are certain credits that they're going to need in order to become a doctor or to get their undergraduate, right? There's certain things that they're going to need. In that case, because these things like this can be cheaper, they can be cheap or they can be free. And there's a way you can take these tests for free, by the way. But they can be cheap or free. I would focus on, okay, as a doctor, they have to have this many science credits and these type of science courses. So let me plan for those courses. Let me know if that made a little bit more sense to you, Tisha. So good. We have a rising 11th grader. That's amazing, y'all. Enjoy it while you can. Enjoy it while you can. Okay. I'll be right back with you, TikTok. Let me continue looking at these comments on Facebook and YouTube. So good. We have, let's see. What are your recommendations for writing in high school? This right here, I'm not gonna lie, you could use this as an entire curriculum if you wanted to. And that's what we did. That's what we used it. I'm gonna be very honest with you. That would be my recommendation. Again, if it would be a high schooler who is more independent and would be able to do their own work. So they would study and do all their good stuff as far as that's concerned, talk about adverbs, all that kind of stuff. But it would be more for a high schooler who is independent. If your child is not independent, I wouldn't necessarily do that because that's going to put more work on you. What did you have your high schooler do daily or weekly for writing? So one of the courses my daughter took, I think, was creative writing and composition. So I didn't have to plan that for her because that was a part of her dual enrollment. That's how I did that for her. Okay. But like my other high schooler, my 15-year-old, we'll be working probably through this because I don't know if we're going to do dual enrollment for him as of right now. Okay, good, Tisha. I'm glad. Okay. Let's see. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome, Tiara. Amazon has them for $5 to $9 for the books. Yeah, go on Amazon. And then we're talking about these Brain Quest books. They're great books. Again, here's the thing. Say, for instance, you have a child who cannot take time off, right? That if they take time off, it puts a delay, it causes issue, whatever the case may be. You could even give them this and give them a couple pages a day, a packet or something. And you can rip these out. I believe that, yeah, you can rip these out and you can create a packet for them to work during the week. It's up to you. Hey, Will work for tacos. Long time no see. So glad you're here. Yep, look for them on Amazon. What do you do for a sixth grader who hates worksheets, brand new to homeschool? Stop doing them. I know, I know. I thought you thought I was gonna say something real like technical and like really detailed. Stop doing them. They don't want to do worksheets. Stop doing them. Come up with a different way. Okay. What I would do with my kid is I would do. There are digital worksheets. So is it that they just don't like the paper worksheets? What I would say to my kids also is, if you can prove to me that you understand this concept, you don't have to do the worksheet. Show me you understand it. Okay. Show me your work, or do this or do that, or show me so you don't have to do it. Okay. Or if worksheets are boring and they're not working according to plan, then come up with a different way for them to show you that they understood what you just taught them. But just stop doing them. You don't like them, stop doing them. We haven't chosen a curriculum. Oh, okay. You may can find online websites or apps. Yep, that is true. Thank you so much for the likes, guys. I appreciate it. Yes, they do have Summer Bridges. Is it Summer Bridges, or that's another workbook? I think Summer Bridges is another workbook, but Brain Quest does have summer stuff that you can do. Yeah, just I mean, if the worksheets are a problem, the kid doesn't want to do the worksheet, stop doing them. Come up with a different way to do it. I mean, yeah, okay, Summer Bridges is a different one. Thank you. I thought so. But yeah, come up with a completely different way for them to do it. Okay. If you don't want to do the worksheets, then this is what I need you to do. I need you to show me that you understood what I taught. So go, like what I would do sometimes is go teach it to your brother. You get it? You understand? Okay, go show your brother how to do it. Go teach it to your brother. And if the little brother could understand based off of what he was teaching, I knew he understood it. Different ways, just different ways. Okay. You're welcome, Chantrice. I know you said it's good for high school, but would the CLEP book work for an entire ninth grade curriculum, the whole book or partial? Um, what I would say, I wouldn't use it for an entire curriculum. You could use it as a guide as to what you want to work on. So, say for instance, like chapter 1 is conventions of standard written English, syntax, and simple sentences. You could use this as a guide and come up with an actual curriculum for that. Like I don't know if I would necessarily use this as a full curriculum unless my child was going to take the actual CLEP test. Okay. But I guess you could. You would just have to expound on it. And there's with the CLEP test, there's more to this. So it's not just this book. So this book comes with like a pre-test. It comes with this, and then it comes with a test afterwards. There's flashcards. You can do digital flashcards. There's all kinds of different things you can do with this to help them pass the test. Okay. Sorry, Sean, shaky connection. But an example you gave me for planning backwards, did you say that the harder topics would be addressed in freshman year and becoming easier? Oh, no, the opposite. Okay. No problem. Also, so opposite. So because just like you're in a normal in high school, you're gonna do algebra 1 and algebra 2, pre-calculus, then calculus. You're not gonna do calculus before you do pre-calculus. So in a normal situation like that is what I'm saying. Let me know if you were able to understand that. If it, and I mean, because you said your thing is shaky. About to have a high schooler in Texas, been homeschooling for 9 years. High school is scary for, I'm not gonna lie, it was scary for me. And listen, I'm graduating my first high schooler, and some days I sit there and I go, Lord have mercy, the only way I made it through it was through you. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that, and that's just me being honest. Like, because I was scared. At the beginning of this year, if you're a part of my group on Facebook, at the beginning of this year, I came live and I told y'all I was like panicking. I was in panic mode. I was like, because I did the exact thing that I'm telling Tisha to do, which is plan backwards. And then my daughter changed her plans the senior year. She changed them. And I was panicking. I was like, holy crap, y'all. I have planned backwards this entire time. The very thing that I've been telling y'all to do that has worked this entire moment, she just changed it the senior year. Like she just changed it. Like, what? I was panicking in that thing. And I was like, you know what? Forget it. We're just gonna figure it out, and we're gonna go, and we're gonna make it happen. That's how I had to play that. And so that's what we did. That's how we went about it. But I was panicking. Like, And come like July, August, when I started planning, and we always do like a meeting before the school year, especially when they're in high school, not so much when they're younger, but when they're in high school, because I want it to work according to the plan that they have. And so we were talking about, well, what do you want to do? Do you still want to do this? Do you still want to do that? And she's like, nah, I don't want to do that anymore. I was like, okay, that's good, baby. Inside, I was going, oh my gosh, I was panicking. But it worked out. It worked out. How to give credits. My son is about to be in the seventh grade. I be lost, but God. So how do you give credit? So it's based off of credit hours, right? And so I am not one of those parents. The difference between my husband and I, we talk about this all the time. My husband is a risk taker. I am a follow the rules type person, because I don't want nobody coming to talk to me about nothing, saying I didn't do anything, right? And so it's based off of credit hours. So if she took an entire course, then she spent the credit hours that were required to give that credit. And based off of if she only took it half a semester or one semester, it's 0.5 a credit. If she took it in a whole year, then it's one credit. So you got it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, opposite. Yes, you're absolutely correct. See, Jamila was in the group. She remembers that. It was random, y'all. And I was driving and I was like, I was in my Facebook group, and that's where it usually happens. I get real like personal, like tell them stuff like that. And I was in my Facebook group and I go, y'all, I have planned this girl's journey this entire time according to what she said she wanted to do. And it is senior year and she has changed that. Like, y'all, this is how I was looking in that live. Like, I, uh, uh, like that's literally how I was playing it. That's literally how I was playing. I was so confused and I didn't know what to do. And then I was like, you know what? We're going to figure this out and we're just going to move forward. This is what she wants to do. We're going to move forward. It's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. And now her plans are to continue the first couple years in community college and then go to a 4 year. Technically, and well, it's not even, and I'm saying the 2 years, but it's not that. She wants to go the first semester, she wants to be at the community college, but then she wants to go to a 4 year after that. So let's roll with it. Let's do what we can do. Okay. Do you ever feel overwhelmed being mom and teacher all the time? Absolutely, Sarah. I feel overwhelmed every day of my life. Like being the mom, being the teacher, being my husband's boo thing, being the best friend, being the sister, being a influencer over the homeschooling community. I feel overwhelmed a lot. And that is when you'll see me disappear. Like I will post a little bit, but I won't come live. I won't do that. Like it's rough. It's really hard. Yeah, it's normal to feel overwhelmed because we're already doing a bunch and then we decide that we're superwoman and we can take over teaching them as well. Like we think we got it. And we do. But yeah, some days there are days where we're overwhelmed. My head has been hurting almost nonstop the last few days. Like I've just been like, it's just too much. And I told my husband, the other day we were laying in the bed and I was laying kind of just like this. And I was like, I'm overwhelmed. Like I literally just yelled it out. And I was like, I don't know what to do. What do I do? What do I stop? And he was like, well, what can you not do? And I'm like, death stare. Like there's nothing I can't not do. So we all feel overwhelmed. You're not alone. We all feel overwhelmed at some point in this journey. We all feel overwhelmed. I'm going to go to bed. I just saw your live and wanted to drop in and say hello. Hey, okay. Thank you so much. Good night. Get you some good rest. I should be off air as well. It's 9:51. I utilize Homeschool Manager as you recommended my first year of homeschooling. I love it, but confession, I struggle with planning the lessons and filling them in. I got so behind. Yeah, it's easy to get behind, and your girl's behind too, Tisha. So you're not alone. Completely behind, club. Um, so I'm behind on grading my boys' assignments. But as far as my daughter, all of that stuff is correct. But yeah, Homeschool Manager is amazing. Again, Homeschool Manager is an official sponsor of the HVC 2022, which is the conference, the virtual conference that I'm doing the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th. You'll get more information about that. If you haven't already, sign up so that you'll get the information on that. Let me put that on there. Taylormade. If I can type over these books, made. Nope, can't do it. Hold on. Y'all, every time I pull books out, I never put them back. Somebody tell me to put these books back, okay? Just send me a message and say, girl, go put those books back. If you are, go on there. Homeschool Manager is giving away some enrollments, but on top of that, they are also giving coupons off of their thing. It's amazing. I love it. Yeah, Tisha, girl, you're not alone. We're behind club. Yeah. Yeah. You are not alone, girl. I promise you're not alone. Okay. Sometimes we just need a moment. Yeah. And I have been known, I can always tell when I need a break because I'm extremely short with the kids for being kids. Just being honest with you. It's not like they're doing anything wrong or anything special or anything they shouldn't be doing. Sometimes it's that they're doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing, but they're kids, right? And I'm flying off the handle. And so what will happen is I will flat out tell them, hey, mom is going to step away. I'm not okay. I communicate with my kids all the time when I'm not okay. And then I also apologize for my erratic behavior when I'm not okay, because of course, with overwhelming and anxiety and all that stuff, you start to lash out at others. And so when I feel myself lashing out on them, I have to say to them, I'm sorry, I should not be handling you that way. But, it's a rough, not a but, I'm having a rough moment right now. I'm going to go take some time alone. I'm going to go lay down for a little bit, or I'm going to go take a hot shower, or I'm going to go sit in the car, something to that effect. Okay. I think it's important that we're honest with our kids, especially as homeschool moms, and tell them that we're not super mom. Because I'm not going to lie. Part of my issue growing up is that I thought my mom could do it all, and she did it all, right? With no, rarely did she complain. I honestly can't think of any time that she complained, but part of that was that she did it all. And so I thought that I was going to be able to do it all as well. But the way that my mom did things is very different from the way that I do things, right? So we're not in the same time period. I even think about my husband's grandmother. She was absolutely amazing. She was amazing. She was supportive and there for everyone. Anybody that came in contact with her, you knew that she cared about you. You knew that you were a priority to her, and she took care of everyone. And then worked a job, and then came taking care of somebody else's kids, and then came home and continued to take care of her family. And then all of a sudden it just kind of clicked to me, what, I'm not her. The time period where she was doing what she was doing is different from what it is now. And so there's no way that I will ever compare to her greatness there. So I'm not going to try to compare to her greatness. I'm going to try to be great in my own right. She's amazing in her own right. And I will never try to duplicate that. It's impossible. It's a different world. It's a different time. It's a different day. I appreciate your openness. I know I feel lonely in the homeschool walk sometimes. Girl, we all feel lonely. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I talk to y'all and I still feel lonely. 3 of my closest friends are homeschool moms. I talk to them at least every single day on text. And part of that journey for us is, we're not alone. It's important for us to let each other know that, girl, you ain't alone. We got you. You good. It's okay. So it's important to find your tribe, your personal mom's tribe, right? That understands what you're going through, what your day-to-day is like, all that good stuff, that can laugh at you when your kids are driving you insane, or double dutching on your last nerve, that can help you through those moments when you're like, I quit. It's important that you find your tribe as well. Okay. Tisha says, I've signed up to get a notification for Okay, Tisha. I see there, girl. I appreciate you so. I've learned I've leaned on you and the wonderful info you shared, and it really got me through my first year of homeschooling. Oh, you're welcome. That is so good to hear. All right, y'all, listen, I am tired. Okay, my goal, I'm going to say it to myself, Sean, your goal, let me look myself in the face. Sean, your goal is to go live every single day this week, and you're going to get it done, come hell or high water. Y'all hold me to it. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try my best to be live with you guys every single day. It may be around lunchtime. It may be around this time, like that 9 o'clock hour, because my house tends to shut down around that time. And then at lunchtime, my kids actually have a lunchtime, and I'm like, bye, go, leave me alone. so I'll try to get it done about that time. So true. I have to learn to offer myself grace because some days I just can't deal with it all. Trying to be super mom and super teacher is, and it's not reasonable. Like, y'all, we ain't here to be nobody's super mom or super teacher or super boo. Like, well, that's not what we're here for. Like, I was having a conversation with one of my close friends through text the other day, and I just kept having to tell her, put you first, put you first, put you first, put you first. Because she was again putting herself on the back burner, knowing that she needed, some time. Okay, Jamila said, "Put those books away." Okay, yes, ma'am. Let me grab them right now. Hold on. Let me put them in my arm. Okay, thank you, Jamila. Let me put them in my arm so I don't forget. Because what will happen is I'll take them and I'll sit them right here on my little shredder thing instead of putting them back away. And I have a stack of books already here. A stack of books already sitting here, y'all. It's a whole thing. If you're a homeschool mom, we got books all over the place. I literally have books all over the place. I have books on my treadmill. Anywho, I'm gonna hold them, Jamila. I got them. I'm holding them, so I have to put them away before I leave. But listen, y'all have an absolutely wonderful night. I will be back tomorrow. Set your notifications on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, so that you get a notification when I go live. Also, do me a favor and share this video because there is somebody that is curious about homeschooling, but they don't know where to turn. Well, here your girl's here. B, there's somebody hating on homeschooling and they don't really understand what it's about. But when they watch this video, they will know what it's about. And C, because every single time you share, you help me, right? I don't ask for money to go live and give you all this free information. But when you share, it helps me get closer to being monetized, which I am like kind of on the cusp of that. I'm closer, but not where I want to be. So every time you share, you bless me. So share, like, hearts, thumbs up, all of that good stuff blesses me to continue to do what I'm doing. It helps me to feel like all of my hard work is not in vain, being honest. Sometimes it feels like I give, and get nothing back. And so it would be helpful. So share, like, comment, hearts, whatever you got to do. Okay, I got my books, Jamila. I'm still holding on to them. I'm gonna go put them back on my bookshelf. Y'all have an absolutely wonderful night. I will see you guys tomorrow. Not sure when. Just set your notifications because your girl's gonna go live. Okay, until next time, guys. Bye TikTok. Until next time, guys, I will see y'all later. Thank y'all so much. Good night. I'm still got them, Jamila. Look, I got all three. I got them in my arm. I'm not going to put them down. I'm going to go straight to my bookshelf. You guys have an absolutely wonderful night. I will talk to y'all soon. Please share, like, comment, all that good stuff. It will bless me. You guys have an absolutely wonderful night. Bye, guys.